conocimiento local. No te lo pierdas.
You're watching K34QB, Vail, Colorado.
Welcome to this Wednesday edition of Good Morning Vail. We have a digital creator that is going to be talking to us all the way from Bali. He's traveling the world with no home and just a camera. Super excited about that. We are going to go with Avija Vail Vibes and check out Shakedown Bar. And then we have Tom Boyd from the Vail Valley Foundation. So stay right here. Good Morning Vail starts right now.
Welcome to Good Morning Vail. Let's take a quick look at today's weather to start our show off here. We've got around 8 a.m. this morning, 46 degrees, and then we're moving towards a high of 68 with a 40% chance of rain, partly cloudy with scattered storms throughout the afternoon. Winds coming from the west, 5 to 10 miles an hour. As we take a look at that hourly forecast there again, 46 degrees this morning, mostly sunny, moving into about 63 towards noon with those clouds rolling in towards the afternoon. Things will start to cool off towards the evening there at about 8 p.m. with 57 degrees and partly cloudy with a good chance of rain there. As we take a look at the I-70 corridor, we've got a 50% chance of precipitation in Denver with an 80 as our high, and then over in Vail, we've got a high of 68 with, again, that 40% chance of thunderstorms, 40% chance in Avon with a high of 70, and a high of 72 in Eagle with a percentage chance of 30 there for the rain. As we take a look at the overnight forecast, we've got a 44-degree low with a 30% chance of rain. Showers followed by partly cloudy skies, mostly overnight, with the winds light and variable throughout the night there. As we take a look at the rest of the week, Thursday, we're looking at 70% chance of thunderstorms with a high of 61. And then over Friday, 60% chance of thunderstorms, that high of 62. And then Saturday, we're looking at a high of 69 and then a high of 70 over on Sunday, mostly sunny. And then on Monday, a high of 20 degrees and a high of 70 with a 20% chance of storms. My bad. How are you doing this morning, Gretchen?
I'm doing well. You know, when you said 20 degrees, I actually was kind of excited. I'm ready for the cool weather, Ben. Is
I'm
that
pretty
not
ready
popular
too.
opinion? I don't know.
Though I will say I'm pretty excited for the couple of weeks we're going to have of just golden hills all around us.
And I don't know if everyone at home knows this, but you are an insanely talented photographer.
Thank you.
So I'm excited to see your pictures.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited too. Fall's one of my favorite seasons, especially for the photos, and I always try to make it a special trip somewhere to get some good Aspen shots.
Do we know where you're going to go this time?
I'm hoping if I can figure out the time, I'm going to head down to Ouray, Telluride, in that area.
Cool.
I haven't ever been to Capitol Peak,
Okay.
and I want to get some shots at Capitol Peak.
What do we call it? Leaf peeping at its finest. Leaf peeping time.
Definitely. What about you? You have any fun fall plans?
You know, I have a lot, Ben. My birthday is October 11th, so that's always really fun. I want to take the train that we talk about all the time.
Yes.
Yes, I'm really excited about that Leadville train. I also, I'm a big fan of pumpkin carving, and there's some great places around town that you can go and get pumpkins. I don't know. I'm just really excited. Let's be honest. I'm ski stoked. I'm ready for the first opening days of everything.
One of my favorite pumpkin related activities every year is my mom lives in Eagle, and every year she puts a couple of pumpkins out on her front step, and she doesn't carve them or anything. She just leaves them kind of natural.
Okay.
And then the deer over the course of the fall will pull them off of the deck and eat them, pull them apart.
Oh, cool.
And every year they end up planting pumpkins all across the front of the house. And so as we
my
start to get
gosh.
closer and closer to fall, those pumpkins start to take over the front steps.
That is amazing.
And then
How
at the
cool.
end of, like, when we're kind of closing in the end of October, we've just got more pumpkins.
Okay, let
and
me
the
ask-
deer just replant them again.
Did your mom like mean to do this? Was
Nope.
this her whole thought process? She just
Like 7 or 8 years ago,
Okay.
the first pumpkin like grew out of
Right.
this, and it's just every year since we've had pumpkins.
How
The biggest
cool.
one was about the size of this table.
wow. Okay, I want pictures. I love it. Well, we have an awesome show today, Ben. I'm so excited, and hopefully everyone is excited about fall. And keep it right here. We have more Good Morning Vail to come.
Good morning, Vail.
Lions Head Jewelers Fossil and Mineral Gallery. Located in the heart of Lions Head Village for over a decade, our 4,000 square foot gallery boasts a one-of-a-kind experience that cannot be found anywhere else in Vail. We carry the most exquisite array of fine jewelry, high-end minerals, and museum-quality fossils. We invite you to come in and explore all the history and beauty that nature has to offer.
Hi, it's Julio from TV8 Vail. Do you ever wonder why our tagline is "There's more for you on 92"? Because we're always bringing you more. More Good Morning Vail from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. all year long. More local coverage with Vail Vibes and Covered Bridge on TV8. More opportunities to participate with new roundtable panels on mountain perspectives and our new Spanish programming block coming this fall. Find us on Comcast Xfinity Channel 92, on YouTube, or our website at tv8vail.com.
Thank you for watching Good Morning Vail. Have an amazing day. Get on out there, soak up that sunshine. We'll see you tomorrow right here for more Good Morning Vail. Bye, everyone. Hi, I'm Gretchen Bleshaw. You might recognize me from the Glitz and Glam with Gretchen. Maybe you hear my voice on the radio from time to time or see me out at a concert or two. I love concerts. If you see me out, the long mermaid hair, I'm almost 6 foot tall. It's hard to miss. Come and say hi, give me a high five, and make sure to watch me right here on TV8.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back to the show. It's been a week full of rivalry games in the sports world. This with the weekend having CU Boulder against Nebraska, and then the Eagle Valley and Battle Mountain girls faced off both in volleyball and softball this week. So Robbie Whittle, our sports director, is going to tell us all about it.
All right, thanks for joining us. So the most bitter rivalry in the Valley hit the diamond is Eagle Valley softball. It took on Battle Mountain for the first time this season.
Heading into the third inning, Eagle Valley already up on Battle Mountain 14-0 and looking for one more run to end this game early. Addie Smith with the hit at the plate. She'll make her way to first and the Devils will start filling up those bases. At the plate now is Bella DeAugustino. She doesn't swing at ball 4 and takes her base to put the Devils in scoring position with the bases loaded. Sarah Marino at the plate now. She'll put this one into play to bring a teammate home, and the Devils will shut out rival school Battle Mountain on the diamond 15-0. Eagle Valley. They improved to 7-3 on the season and are scheduled to play their next game against Northridge in a tournament in Greeley. While Battle Mountain, on the other hand, will play Meeker at home Friday.
Now we'll head inside the gym as the rivalry continued on the hardwood as Battle Mountain High Volleyball hosted Eagle Valley and were on the hunt for their first victory over their rivals since 2019.
Battle Mountain looking to defend their home turf with only one loss on the season, while the visiting Eagle Valley look to pick up their 6th straight victory over the rival school. Down one set and looking to rally back in the second, Battle Mountain serves down 21-24 and it doesn't cross the net. Huskies enter the third set in the hole 0-2. On to the third set, and this is where things get interesting. It's almost like Eagle Valley got comfortable with their lead and pumps the brakes. Eagle Valley serving down 13-23. Battle Mountain working together to set up the spike. It's not there, so Gracie Helminski clears it to the other side. Eagle Valley back on the attack. They set up the spike, but the blocking is there, and the Huskies advance to set point. Huskies back to serve, ball is in play. Eagle Valley scrambling around on offense, trying to make a move, but it's not there. Burgundy DeHera clears it, but the ball lands just outside, giving Battle Mountain their first set victory, 25-13. The third set was sloppy for the Devils, but they'll turn up the heat in the fourth. Nevertheless, Battle Mountain will keep this one close. On set point, Huskies up 24-23. Dulce Arona inbounds, and the Devils set up the spike, which Taylor Hooper nails, but she'll fall into the net. A costly error, and Battle Mountain will pick up the fourth set. The rival schools go into a tiebreaker, but the momentum is on the home team's side. Battle Mountain partying like it's 2019 as they get the win over their rival school 3-2. We caught up with senior setter Lily Suman after the game for her thoughts on the Huskies' victory.
Well, they finally did it. Battle Mountain High School, for the first time since 2019, knocked off rival school Eagle Valley. And joining me right now, Lily Suman, the senior from Battle Mountain High. Lily, what does this win mean to you?
It means everything my senior year. I've never beat them before. And just like, especially to come back when we were down 2 sets, like this team is just different. This team is special, and I'm so glad that it's my senior team.
And I see you getting a little emotional right now.
Very emotional.
What was it like, when the final score was set in the book, you guys all ran back to the locker room together? What was that moment like for y'all?
It's just so amazing to share that kind of an experience with a team, especially girls that I've grown up with these people. I played club with them since I was in 8th grade. To finally reach this milestone in my volleyball career, it's just incredible to share with these girls. So I'm on cloud 9 right now.
That's awesome. And you guys probably didn't start off the way you wanted to or were expecting to. You guys went in the hole down 2 sets, but rallied back and won the next 3 sets in a row. What does that kind of say about the resilience of this team?
I just think we have the drive. We want this more. We wanted it more than Eagle Valley did, obviously. We didn't let that get us down, which in the past we have. We've been down, and it's just hard to get over that mental, kind of wall. But this team, like I said, it's different this year. And I just think the resilience of all of these girls, whether they're freshmen, sophomores, because we have every single grade on that bench, it's just awesome to see and awesome to play alongside. So.
And this game is circled on your calendar before every season is the game you want to win and one of the games you care most about on that regular season schedule. What was the build-up like to this game? What were you guys focusing on ahead of this matchup?
Well, we've had a couple of league games and we've won them, which was also incredible. But I just think we started off a little rocky in the season, and since then we've had a 2-win streak. And so just seeing that our team is coming together, our chemistry is starting to finally get to the point we want it at. I feel like we've been prepared. I knew in my heart, even after the first 2 sets, we were winning this game. And it's just because I trust my team. I trust these girls, and I know that we have a bond that is going to help us get through that kind of stuff, especially when we're down.
Okay, and earlier today, before taking the court against Eagle Valley, you're a senior. Were there any words of wisdom you kind of passed along to your team ahead of this game?
Duck the Fevels. I don't know. I mean, we all, like, all of us as seniors are leaders. Like, we all have so much to say. I really believe in this team, and that's what I told him. I was like, I believe in all of us. I believe in the bond we all have. Like, I believe in the talent we have individually. Like, I trusted these girls, and they pulled through, and they held their weight, and it was a group effort, but it's just so awesome. I'm just so happy.
And what does this kind of do for your confidence as a team, knocking off that longtime rival after so many years of waiting and trying your hardest to beat them? How does this kind of elevate your confidence for the season?
You have no idea. Like, we have another game tomorrow. We have our homecoming game against Palisade, who's another big rival of ours. I just feel like we feel unbeatable right now. Like, that is just such a milestone. And to show, like, even to win that way after being down, like, I just feel like this is going to set us up for success for the rest of the season. Like, just knowing that we can outperform and that we can buckle down when we're tired and work together and pull through and get the win.
Okay, and like you just pointed out, not a lot of time before your next matchup against Palisade. It's going to be a couple of hours of hard celebration right now, but then it's back to the grind because you want to win your next matchup. What do you think you need to do in order to catch that next win, to go 2-0 on the week?
I mean, because we don't have a practice, it's really just sleep, like eating well. Like, we all really take care of our bodies. Shelby's really good at, like she texts us all the time, like, okay, time to go to bed, like, make sure you're getting rest, make sure you're drinking water, like, just really, like, off the court, doing the right thing for our bodies and stuff is how we kind of balance out the games that we don't have a practice in between or a day to rest, so just that kind of stuff.
Okay, and we got to talk about your coach a little bit, Shelby Crummer. She's not been here too long, about 3 seasons or so, but what was it like to see her get her first win over Eagle Valley? I mean, Michael Garby, he's got a decorated career over there with that program. What was it like to kind of see your coach shake his hand and come up victorious in that matchup?
It was incredible. She's been the head coach all 4 years that I've been at Battle Mountain, and like her, I've never seen that win either, so I can only imagine how emotional she is, especially to finally reach this point. They've always been our rivals, but it is such, like, this is a new team, like, under a new coaching staff. Like, I think she's just, if not more excited than we are. She wanted it so much, and she's put so much, like, dedication and time into us. Like, it just feels so good to bring that home for her and to do that for her.
You got any final thoughts you want to share about tonight's game?
I'm so proud of my team. I'm so thankful for this group for my senior year. Like, it's my last year, and I could not have asked for a better team to end it with and a better, like, moment. Like, this is just gonna give me so much confidence. It's gonna give our team confidence. Like, I can imagine the years to come. Like, it's gonna be different now. Like, we've hit that, so I'm just so proud of it.
All right. Thanks so much, Lily.
Thank you.
You can catch Battle Mountain High School tomorrow night again, back-to-back games right here against Palisade.
Nap Harvest, your local marketplace for fresh, locally produced products. Our indoor farmers market is open 7 days a week, featuring locally grown organic produce, prepared meals, honey from our Nap Nectar hive, furniture, cutting boards, and much more. We source and sell locally grown and produced products from the Vail and Roaring Fork Valleys. Visit us at our new location in Eagle Ranch, 717 Sylvan Lake Road, next door to Color Coffee Roasters.
Hi, I'm Ben Belgrad, and I'm the owner of Drinking Vessels here at Bat Country Studios in Minturn. And I've been in the Valley for 7 years. I moved to the Valley because a friend helped me to get my vision off the ground, building my glass studio here, and being so close to snowboarding. So here at the studio, we're acting as a broker for 50 to 100 artists from around the country. We also offer glassblowing classes, and we bring many artists from around the country here to be able to work and create art collaboratively
and be so close to skiing and all the activities we have here in the valley. Here at Drinking Vessels, we specialize in handmade glass drinkware from artists around the country and around the world. Some of these are produced as more of an item you could get in sets and kind of get different color options as time goes on. And some of these are completely one of a kind and really high-end art that's unlike anything people have seen before. While I'm an artist myself here at the studio, I'm representing between 50 and 100 other artists from around the country. And most of these artists are able to spend most of their time working on their art while we help handle their marketing and their sales and the distribution and representation, allowing them more time to focus on their art. That's really my privilege in running this business, is creating that support and providing that platform for this big group of artists that are part of a movement that's very important to me.
Do you love the outdoor lifestyle? Make sure you tune in every day at 8 p.m. to catch Scoreboard Nation. It's an outdoor lifestyle show dedicated to your 3 favorite mountain towns, Vail, Beaver Creek, Park City, and Reno, Tahoe. Join us for an incredible venture. Find us on TV8 Vail, Park City Television, or at thescoreboardnation.com. We can't wait to see you there.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back to Good Morning Vail. I am very, very thrilled to find Instagram. The world of Instagram, I have to say, is awesome because I found this incredible human being. His name is Josh Gooby, like groovy, Gooby, and he's a digital creator that sold everything to travel the world, and now he just has his camera and he has the world, and I am so stoked that you're here. Josh is coming in from Bali. How are you doing, Josh?
I'm good. Thank you for having me.
Oh my
Appreciate it.
gosh, thank you so much. What time is it in Bali, Josh?
It is 9:20 p.m. Just about to have dinner.
I love
Late
this.
dinner, I guess.
He's being really kind. We pulled Josh from dinner so he could do this interview. He's like, I'll just run back there. It's cool, man. So Josh, you are a digital creator. Tell us your story. You sold everything to travel the world.
I did. Yeah, I had this dream since I was a kid, and it just started fading like the longer things went along and you get more embedded in life, and you do things that you're like, I guess this is okay. I guess this is a good route. And I just kind of, I don't know, I got to this point where I realized I was like, if I don't just make a crazy decision, my life is going to go down a paper kind of cookie cutter route.
Right.
And I just was like, I need a really big change. So I sold everything I had. I moved into my friend's place, which was like a couple hours outside the city, and slept on his couch for about 6 months.
Yeah.
It was rough. It was a really tough year, but I did everything I could to save everything I could so I could travel for a year. And I didn't know where I was going to start or where it was going to end or if it was going to end, but I just knew that I needed to just try and do something crazy in life. And it kind of worked out so far.
Josh, I love this so much because obviously I follow you on Instagram and you're so inspirational because you're so positive and you're just stoked on life and you do the local vibe everywhere, which I'm super into. How do you get immersed in with the locals? I feel like you just have that personality that people are drawn to you, magnetic. But yeah, is it just a vibe that you give off, or how does that happen?
I just think I smile like an almost absurd amount.
Yeah,
to the point
I feel you.
And when you travel alone, I'm not always alone, but most of the time I solo travel. Locals, they just, I don't know, people approach you differently when you're alone, especially when you're traveling alone. And it just, it's funny because I'm not even like a crazy friendly person or anything like that. I just kind of embedded myself in these countries, and people just start to approach you, and I just smile a lot. I really value the small conversations that I have with local people, usually when I'm in countries, because I love culture and I love that. And for some reason, I just feel closer with them sometimes than people even from my own demographic. You kind of get there.
I love that you said that because sometimes I feel like strangers you do feel maybe even closer with at some points than your friends because the smile is that universal language, right? It sounds a little Oprah, I get it, but it's truth. It makes everyone just connected. So tell us a little bit about where you've gone on these travels thus far.
Yeah, so it's been pretty wild. I started in the Philippines. I made my way to Bali, and then I went to Vietnam. That was probably the really big turning point in my trip is going to Vietnam. I got there and I always had this dream of riding a motorcycle across Vietnam for a
Yeah.
month. So I did that, and that's when I really started to get more embedded in kind of local communities and things like that, because a bit more off the map. And then I had an opportunity to go on a boat for what was supposed to be 2 months and turned into 4, and we sailed around New Zealand and we sailed to Fiji, which is really cool. And then 2 days before that ended, I found out I was going to Mongolia to ride a motorcycle across the
So
country
cool.
2 days later. And that was, as you can imagine, an incredible experience. And then, yeah, then I went to the Philippines, and then I came to Indonesia, and that's where I am now.
So cool. So very cool. But I also have to say, I love you are so passionate about what you're doing and you're such a happy human, but you're also very real, which I think is so dope. It's so good for people to see that some days traveling solo and traveling where you don't know what you're doing, it's rough. And you say that you're real. You're not like, oh, it's
It
all
sucks
perfect.
sometimes.
Yeah. What is one of the harder things that you've had to endure or something silly that's happened? I know the boat situation, I watched that, but
Harder, I think there's a lot, and Mongolia probably was a really tough one because we were riding across the country. I was on a bike, like a bigger bike than I had ever ridden, and we were camping every night. So we were actually just sleeping in tents, and the trip was incredibly just freestyle,
yeah.
to the point that it's one of those things where you're just there and you're kind of like, I don't know if this is safe. Like, this might be a completely absurd thing to do. And it was really challenging. I mean, I fell a lot. One of the guys actually had to go to the hospital and had to leave the trip. And so there was a lot of trials and tribulations on that trip. And a lot of times where I was just like, man, I can't leave. I can't get out of here. There's no way out. I'm stuck here now, but I can't believe I'm doing this. And I really hope I survive until the end of it.
It really tests your will. I mean, that's a big moment. That's a big deal. That's awesome. So you're in Bali, which, as you know, we talked a little off camera, is my dream place. I named my dog after Bali. Yes, the country. How are you doing there? Are you loving Bali?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I really love kind of off the beaten traveling.
Yeah.
Bali definitely is not that. So I do kind of miss that component while I'm here, but it's extremely convenient, especially where I'm in a position where I have to kind of organize a bunch of things for future trips and things that I'm planning that are really wild.
Right.
And the community here is incredible. To meet so many people that have made similar decisions to me and are as crazy as me and also making it work, it's super inspiring. And you just feel like, wow, I didn't realize that I wasn't alone in this. And there's people doing crazy similar things. It's really cool to brush shoulders with people like that on a daily basis.
Is that who you're out for dinner with? We're going to go deeper. Are you?
Yeah.
Yes, because you said you're in this awesome space with all these creators. So you must just feel really alive and have like tons of, I don't know, when I vibe with people like that, I just feel so excited. Yeah.
It's really exciting.
The energy's flowing really good. I love that.
It's exactly it. This guy he's actually my neighbor. His name's Lucian. He's an incredible filmmaker. I'm shouting him out.
Yeah, and, I love that. No, do it.
His Instagram's at I'm Lucian, but he is Italian and apparently he makes the most incredible pasta. So it's been a big thing we've been hyping up for days.
Cool.
And he told everyone, all these creators that we know, he's going to make a big pasta dinner. It's about 15 of us.
I love that.
Which is a very bold decision on his part, but yeah, it's a good time. Yeah.
I dig it. So, Josh, what is your end game here? I know that you're loving traveling. Can we see you maybe in the future somewhere?
So my end game, I kind of set a long-term goal. Once I realized that this was a thing that I was doing and it was kind of working, I was like, I wanna have a TV show.
Cool.
Not necessarily just about me per se, but yes, about me. But like, some of the messages that I'm still figuring out and the things that I'm still learning, I love sharing them, and I want to explore that on a bigger format. So yeah, that's kind of I don't know if I called it an end goal, but that's my next big goal.
After I said that, I was like, you know what? There's no end. It keeps on going and flowing forever. I love that. Josh, what do you think as far as, I know you're so inspirational and you really do have this beautiful positive aura about you and attitude. For other people traveling or want to do what you're doing, what is kind of a piece of advice or a word of wisdom that you would give others?
I think that, and this is ironic because I'm in Bali right now, but my biggest piece of advice, and I tell people I meet here all the time, is that you you're not going away. You're not traveling to go somewhere that's similar to home. You're not traveling to do more of the same in a new place. You're traveling to experience something new. And when you experience new things and you're around new people who are different than you, you find new parts of yourself. And that's probably one of the most important parts. Try and not get too comfortable going to like these vacation destinations. Not that there's anything wrong with them. They're a good time, but try and really go somewhere a bit more off the path for you. Explore something new. And that's where you're going to find some things and your heart's going to really speak to you. And you're just going to be like, whoa, this is changing me like on a daily basis. And I think that's kind of how I've experienced it. And I've watched people experience this as well. And it's a real thing. That's all I'm saying. But you got to get out there and you got to go places that are a little bit off the path, but it's worth it.
I love that you said that because I'm a firm believer in getting outside of your comfort zone to really find yourself and your truth and living in that moment. Josh, you are so great. Absolutely. You're amazing. We're so happy.
Great.
Thank you. So how can other people find you? Because it's Joshua Gooby. How would you like other people to follow your journey?
Yeah, so guys, if you want to follow my journey, I guess that's what we do now in 2023. You can go to my Instagram, it's at Josh Goovy, or my TikTok and my YouTube are at Josh Adrift. I'm soon going to be posting a YouTube video about traveling across Mongolia and almost killing myself on a daily basis. So
awesome.
You're welcome to come watch and be happy to have you.
Josh, we loved having you here on Good Morning Vail. I think we're going to hit you up again. We're going to keep on following your journey, and thank you so much for taking the time. Enjoy that pasta.
Do it, guys. Thank you. Yeah, I will. Thank you so much for having me. This is super cool. So I really appreciate it, guys.
Have a great time, Josh, and safe travels, and I'll be talking to you soon.
Likewise. All right.
Bye, Josh. And keep it right here. We have more Good Morning Vail to come.
Good morning, Vail.
Did you know that all Eagle County residents and visitors can get a free Eagle Valley Library District card? All you need is a photo ID. You get our online databases and resources, free music, free streaming, all from wherever you have internet access. Free audiobooks and e-audiobooks straight to your phone. Go into your Eagle Valley Library District branch today and get your library card.
Familia, estamos muy emocionados de por fin presentarles nuestro nuevo programa completamente en español, Conexión Latina, que se estrena este lunes 21 de agosto a partir de las 7 de la tarde. Por el momento, el programa se transmitirá los lunes, miércoles y viernes de 7 a 7 y media de la tarde, con una repetición de 7 y media a 8, así que no hay excusas para perdértelo. Te recuerdo que puedes sintonizar nuestra programación a través del canal 92 de Comcast, nuestra página web tv8vail.com y nuestra página de Facebook TV8 Conexión Latina. Acompáñanos en esta nueva aventura llena de información y entretenimiento local. No te lo pierdas.
Well, Archer and I are going to get headed on further down the trail, but I hope you'll catch up with us a little bit later. Hi, I'm Ben Roof, and I'm one of the new hosts here at TV8. I'm so excited to share all of my explorations throughout the Vail Valley with my dog Archer, where we'll be taking you to hiking trails, biking trails, maybe we'll go rafting, fishing, or whatever else we can come up with. I'm so excited to share all of that with you in my new segment, Outdoor Adventures. Don't forget to catch up with us every day right here at TV8 Vail or at tv8vail.com because there's always more for you on 92.
Do you have an interesting hobby or skill you'd like to share for Vail Valley? We want to hear from you. We're looking for people to share their musical, artistic, culinary, woodworking, athletic, or technical talents on Good Morning Vail. If you'd like to share your talents with the community, email Danielle at tv8vail.com. Join the community conversation. There's more for you on 92.
Experience the beauty of fall on the rails of the Leadville Railroad. Take in the cool mountain breeze as you climb to 11,000 feet to watch the vibrant reds, oranges, and golds of fall come alive. Enjoy delicious hot beverages, learn some history, and relax with family and friends. Even your pets can enjoy a ride on the train. Offering daily trips, the weekend specials sell out fast. To secure your seat, book today at leadvillerailroad.com.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back. Let's take another quick look at today's weather. This morning around 8 a.m. we're looking at about 46 degrees, moving on to a high of about 68 towards the afternoon. 40% chance and partly cloudy for scattered thunderstorms throughout the afternoon there, with the winds coming from the west at 5 to 10 miles an hour. As we look at the hourly forecast there, again this morning about 46 degrees to start the day off. About 63 around noon with those clouds starting to move in, 64 around 4 p.m. with those scattered thunderstorms really starting to move in towards the late afternoon there. Towards 8 p.m. we're going to be cooling off there at about 57 degrees, still with a little bit of that chance of storms. As we look at the I-70 corridor there down in Denver, we got that 15% chance of rain with a high of 80 degrees. Cooler up in the mountains though, with a 40% chance of rain in Vail with a high of 68. High of 70 in Avon, still with that 40% chance. And then a 30% chance in Eagle with a high of 72. As we take a look at the overnight forecast, we're looking at a low of 44 degrees with 30% chance of showers, followed by partly cloudy skies overnight. Light winds coming from a variety of directions. And then as we take a look at the weekly forecast there, we're looking at Thursday, 70% chance of thunderstorms with a high of 61. Friday, we've got a 60% chance with a high of 62. Saturday, partly cloudy with a high of 69. Sunday, mostly sunny with a high of 70 degrees. And Monday, we're looking at a high of 70 with a 20% chance of rain and partly cloudy. Now, Robbie Whittle had the opportunity to head down to the CU Boulder and Nebraska game over the weekend, so let's hear how those went.
Now we'll hit the soccer field where 3-2 Vail Mountain School was on the hunt for a home victory against Rifle, a school that's not too far away, who's sitting at 4-1 on the year.
Rifle takes a 1-0 lead in the first half, but Vail Mountain School determined to make something happen in the second. The corner kick is airborne and it lands in the lap of Rutley Heineman, who doinks perhaps the most perfect header I've seen since moving to the Centennial State to tie up the game at 1 goal apiece. What a score from Heineman. Later, Vail Mountain School back with the ball, moving it around on the attack. A beautiful pass is made by Will Roy to Winston Pillsbury, who puts that egg in the nest to send Vail Mountain School ahead of Rifle 2-1. Later, the corner kick is tapped to Heineman, who drives inside but gets taken down in the box to set up that penalty kick front and center. Not looking good for Rifle right now, and it's no surprise Heineman nails it, and the Gore Rangers go up 3-1 on the Bears, but Rifle, they're going to make things a little interesting late. Yahir Marquez gets through the Gore Ranger defense, lets it fly, looks like it hits off a VMS player, but it rolls in. Nevertheless, that's good and a goal. But Rifle, they're going to run out of time as they fall 3-2 to Vail Mountain School. Head coach Kevin Ives joined me for post-game chat.
All right, so Vail Mountain School boys soccer just picked up their 4th win of the season against Rifle, beating Rifle 3-2 here at Vail Mountain School at home. Joining me right now, head coach of the soccer team, Kevin Ives. What did you like from your team today in this matchup with Rifle?
Yeah, I mean, we definitely got off to a slow start. So we talked about halftime about just having effort and finding some intensity. I thought in the first half, Rifle did a great job of dictating the flow of the game and then kind of imposing their will on us. So it was kind of the first time in my coaching tenure where I had to kind of challenge to the boys of, you know, are we going to step up to this? Are we going to find that intensity and find that that sense of urgency to play? And they definitely responded in that second half. So very proud of them of how they responded.
And when the second half rolled around, go back to halftime. What did you just kind of tell your boys word for word, if you could kind of provide any example to make them fight back in that second half and ultimately, you know, take the W?
Yeah, pretty much. I think the first thing I said, boys, that was not good. That first half, you know, I've seen the way we can play and stuff like that. I think we just came out a little flat. As I mentioned, Rifle's a great team, very strong this year, took it to us in that first half. So I told them, you know, hey, we're going to come out same starting 11 with the new formation in the second half, trying to find something new that worked for us. And I told the starters, I was like, you guys got 10 minutes. And, you know, if we're not seeing the intensity or starting to see a shift in the game, then we've got a lot of players on the bench that are ready to step out there and play. So I think that might have been the little kick in the butt that they needed today.
Okay, and you mentioned kind of talking to the starters, firing them up a little bit. Were there any starters that you talked to at halftime that you were like, we need to lean on you boys, show up?
No, I think that's kind of the luxury of our program is, we have a lot of great individual talent, but we always talk about collectively the team and the unit as a whole. It's the collective unit. It's not singling one person and asking one person to step up. It's asking everyone. We have a very close-knit team. We've bonded very well together. So it was more of just a team challenge than it was an individual challenge.
And talking about players who stepped up, Rutley Heineman, it feels like I say his name just about every week. But, he got that first goal for y'all, so you guys got on the board. What kind of momentum did that first goal bring to you guys that Heineman scored?
Yeah, that was just exactly the spark that we needed. I think one thing, Rutley always brings to the table, which I always commend him for, is regardless if it's a game or if it's practice, the kid's always going 100%. And I think with his talent, all of our other players can see that, and they try to emulate that. So I think first and foremost, he sets a great example in practice, and then that same example carries over to the game. And I just think we have a lot of players that look up to him and, doing great work out there.
Okay, and you've been coaching a while in the Valley. I've never actually seen Rifles fan base show up, but you can tell they're a passionate group. They're cheering the whole game. You can hear them from the sidelines the entire game. Probably using some choice words about you and your team, your players, and the reffing, unfortunately. But what do you tell your kids to kind of cut that crowd noise out and just focus on the game in front of them?
Yeah, first and foremost, I think we've kind of been guilty parties of that as well. We've had some instances earlier in the season, myself included. So we've kind of brought our program together over the last couple of weeks, and we talked about character, building good character, talking about how, it's okay to feel certain emotions, but with those emotions, you should always be in control of your emotions. So kind of your reaction to that is always within your control. So I think it's just something the boys have really taken to heart. Over the last 2 weeks, I've seen a real big shift in culture in our program. You're not always going to agree with calls. Fans are always going to say stuff to you, but just having the focus to move on to the next play and just keep playing.
Okay, and sitting at 4-2 on the season, you played some tough teams. You played some lower caliber opponents earlier in the season as well. Are you feeling comfortable with where you're sitting with your record right now?
It's always good to be on the right side of the win column. I think we still have a lot of work to do for the goals that we want to achieve this year. We're going to enjoy this win and then, come back to practice tomorrow, keep it light, have fun, but stay mentally focused. And we know we have a tough stretch coming down the road, and we got a lot of strong teams. So for us, it's always about, just finding good quality results throughout the regular season and then just playing our best soccer come playoff time.
Okay, and talking about this stretch coming up, you have Aspen on the schedule for Thursday night. And then after that, you've got a School of Colorado Academy. You just told me earlier off camera that they may be one of the best teams in the state this year. What are you looking to get out of a matchup with a high caliber opponent like Colorado Academy?
Yeah, we're fortunate to play them every single year. We kind of use them as our barometer to see where we're at as a team. I think they're one of the best teams in the state, regardless of classification. It's kind of nice. We get to go down there. I think there's no pressure on us, even though, we are the defending state champions. I don't think anyone's going to expect us to win. So it's just go out, play loose, have fun, and then see if we can't get a result next Tuesday.
What would a win against Colorado Academy mean for y'all?
That would be great. I'm going to go out and get myself a nice dinner, enjoy the night, have fun, relax. But yeah, they're a great team, so just looking forward for the opportunity to get to play them.
Okay, now let's come back a little closer to a game that's on the horizon for y'all. Thursday night, you guys have Aspen. One ski town versus another big ski town. What's that rivalry kind of there like?
Yeah, so I've only gotten to play Aspen once. My first year, we didn't play them just based on scheduling. But from what I've heard, the rivalry is always intense, regardless of how each side is. So expecting a fun game, a loud game from the fans. But yeah, I liking our chances. If we come out, play our game, I think we'll be in good shape at the end of it.
Okay, and just seeing that atmosphere alone is going to be great for you guys too. You're going to have both sides cheering back and forth, probably, from what I assume. But what do you need to see from your players on the field Thursday night in order to come out with the W?
Yeah, I think just listening to the coaches, understanding what we want to do from a tactical sense, and then actually going out there and trying to execute it. I think a lot of times in high school we can get caught up into the flow of the game and kind of lose our sense of self. So that's kind of my challenge for the team, is understand what we want to do as a team, stay organized, and then try to execute tactically.
Okay, and coming back to tonight's game against Rifle, were there any lessons you feel like you as a team learned in this matchup? You go down, you come back, you win the game by 1 goal. Any lessons there?
I think throughout the season, you're always going to face adversity. You're going to have some ups, you're going to have some downs. I think it's just about staying even-keeled, staying the course. So again, just super proud of our boys going down 1-0, being able to battle back, take a 3-1 lead. And then, Rifle is a very strong team. I expect them to go deep into the playoffs. They make it 3-2 and then have a great opportunity at the very end. And our goalkeeper made a heck of a save. Just proud of our boys, staying in the flow, believing in each other, sticking together as a unit. I think that's great.
And real quick, what does that speak on the resilience of your squad?
We have a very resilient squad. I've seen it over the course of the years. I think that really speaks to the togetherness. Regardless of the score, they're always willing to fight. They're always willing to keep pushing, things like that. And I think that's really kind of like the marking of a winning team or a championship team. When you're down, you're still together, you're still working. Just proud of the kids and how they respond.
Okay, awesome. Anything you'd like to add?
No, just having an absolute blast. Honored to be the coach of the program, and just excited to see where the season takes us.
Great. Thanks, Kevin. Come out Thursday night as two of the biggest ski towns in Colorado square off right here on the soccer field. We got Vail Mountain School versus Aspen. Should be a great game.
Over the weekend, 22 ranked CU football took on longtime rival Nebraska for the first time on the gridiron since 2019.
Big Red fans made themselves heard at Folsom Field and were hoping to steal one on the road after dropping their season opener, but Coach Prime and the Buffs determined to keep the hype alive in Boulder. Prime talked about his defense not looking amazing on paper last weekend against TCU, but assured everyone they're legit and would prove it against the Cornhuskers. Jeff Sims calls for the snap, the ball hits the deck, and it's a fight for the football. But the home team will come away with it. The week prior, the Huskers turned the ball over 4 times and were not off to a good start in week 2. Fast forward to the second quarter, Huskers back with the ball. Sims throws, and it's picked off by Cameron Silman-Craig. Buffs take over deep in Nebraska territory, and it doesn't take long to make the magic happen on offense. Shedeur Sanders, eyeing his man Tarvarish Dawson the entire time, will let it fly, and the catch is made for 6. Buffs go up on Nebraska 10-0, and they'll stay cooking in the second half, but not before Nebraska makes things interesting with a 57-yard run to the crib from quarterback Jeff Sims. Huskers make it a 6-point game and look to be back in it, but CU will fix that narrative. Sanders, looking downfield, fits it through a tight window to Xavier Weaver for the second CU touchdown of the day. Colorado starting to feel comfortable. Moving on to the fourth quarter, the Buffs will put that nail in the coffin with an 8-yard touchdown run from Dawson. Not a lot of fight from Nebraska in this one, but Shedeur Sanders said this matchup became personal as soon as the Huskers stepped on the field.
We go out there, warm up. You got the head coach for the other team trying to stand in the middle of the Buff. Like, it's okay if like some couple players do it, it's fine, Like, just enjoy the scenery, but when you got the whole team trying to disrespect it, then I'm not going for that at all. So I went in there and disrupted it. The coach said a lot of things about my pops, about the program, but now that he want to act nice, I don't respect that, because you hating on another man, you shouldn't do that. So it was just all respect was gone for them in their program.
So some strong words there from Sanders regarding his feelings towards the Huskers, stepping on that Buffs logo at center field, but his squad can take a deep breath and relax as they more than handled Nebraska. With the win over Nebraska, Colorado moves up a couple spots in the most recent AP poll and now sit at number 18 in the country. They remain the only team in the Centennial State to be ranked inside the top 25. Looking to next week, week 3, for the Buffs, there's a lot to be excited about as they play in-state rival CSU. For the first time since 2019, that Rocky Mountain Showdown will be played again in Colorado. The Buffs will not only host the Rams, but they'll also host College Game Day for the first time since 1996 as the popular ESPN show makes its way to Boulder from Tuscaloosa. Now, the Buffs weren't the only football team in the Centennial State with an outstanding performance. D2 school Colorado Mesa University took on FCS opponent San Diego in the Golden State. Mesa would knock off the Division I school 28-21 in overtime. Normally, you use a higher caliber opponent to gauge your own team, but head coach of Mesa, Miles Kochever, told me at our Mac Media Day he had other plans entering the matchup with San Diego. What makes it a successful game, walking out of San Diego and taking the bus back to Grand Junction after finishing that game?
A win. No, and good question, but we're playing them all to win. But we want to go down there and we got to grow as a team. It's a preseason game, so that doesn't count on our record for the RMAC, and we want to control the RMAC. So we need to be able to get better, and we got to make sure that we continue to grow as a team throughout that game.
Coach Kirchever and the Mavericks would go on to beat San Diego, picking up their first win against an FCS opponent since 2001. So that's a big deal for the RMAC conference school. And taking a look now at the Division II AFCA coaches poll, CSU, Pueblo, and Western Colorado have jumped into the conversation as they join the top 25. Mines continuing to sit comfortably at number 2, but Mesa staying out altogether as they fell in week 1 at home to Texas A&M Kingsville, but will start RMAC conference play this week, so they'll be a team to keep your eye on after the huge upset in San Diego last weekend. Finally, the Denver Broncos took the field for the first time this season at Mile High Stadium, and unfortunately we saw a lot of similarities from last season. Broncos didn't put on much of a show as they practically mirrored the Raiders' stats here, ultimately falling to Las Vegas 16-17 in a mediocre, as I would say, season opener.
The Denver Broncos will have to try their luck again this weekend as the 1-0 Washington Commanders come to Mile High Stadium, and that kickoff is slated for 2:25 Mountain Time. Make sure to continue coming back to us for all the latest in sports around the Valley and beyond. We'll see you next time.
Good morning, Vail.
Nap Harvest, your local marketplace for fresh, locally produced products. Our indoor farmers market is open 7 days a week, featuring locally grown organic produce, prepared meals, honey from our Nap Nectar hive, furniture, cutting boards, and much more. We source and sell locally grown and produced products from the Vail and Roaring Fork Valleys. Visit us at our new location in Eagle Ranch, 717 Sylvan Lake Road, next door to Color Coffee Roasters.
Do you have an interesting hobby or skill you'd like to share for Vail Valley? We want to hear from you. We're looking for people to share their musical, artistic, culinary, woodworking, athletic, or technical talents on Good Morning Vail. If you'd like to share your talents with the community, email Danielle at tvavail.com. Join the community conversation. There's more for you on 92.
Experience the beauty of fall on the rails of the Leadville Railroad. Take in the cool mountain breeze as you climb to 11,000 feet to watch the vibrant reds, oranges, and golds of fall come alive. Enjoy delicious hot beverages, learn some history, and relax with family and friends. Even your pets can enjoy a ride on the train. Offering daily trips, the weekend specials sell out fast. To secure your seat, book today at leadvillerailroad.com.
When you're in Vail, you're in vacation mode, and you need a flexible home tour experience that fits into your schedule. We transformed how you view and buy homes in the Vail Valley. With immersive, cutting-edge technology, you can explore properties 10 times faster. In our lounge, we guide you through this digital world on a 16-foot screen where you can imagine your next home in comparison to your favorite recreational spots. Say goodbye to multi-day home tours and hello to a quick stop between your other plans. That's the power of the Immersion Theater.
For fun and adventure, join me on Elizabeth Stanton's Great Big World. Find out where I'll be going next and which celebrities I'll be bringing along with me. I'll show you amazing destinations with lots to explore, and you'll get to know my celebrity guests the way they really are, up close and personal. We'll travel the world, experience new cultures, and together, try to make a difference. I'm Elizabeth Stanton, saying the world's a big place, and I'm going to show it to you.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back to Good Morning Vail. I hope you've been enjoying Avija with Vail Vibes as much as I have. Let's take a look at Avija going down to one of my favorites, Shakedown Bar.
We play from the hearts. We play these songs. We live these songs.
Scott Redner is known as the man behind Shakedown Bar, a venue he says was created by musicians for musicians.
We are different. We treat our music differently. We take our music seriously.
While playing musical gigs around town, Scott had what seemed like at the time a very lucky encounter.
A gentleman saw me playing, and he gave me $1 million and bought the space, the lease on the space for me.
Wait, back up. What do you mean he gave you?
Well, he saw me playing at the Red Line one night, and he walked up and he tipped me $1,000, and he said, "You rock, dude. You need your own place." And I was like, "Well, I like the sound of that, you know." So I leaned over to my security guy and said, "Hey, this guy, he said he's gonna buy me a bar. You come run it." And it was my buddy Bryce, who was the security guy at Red Line, and he's like, "Okay."
So in 2012, Shakedown Bar was established. But like many things in life that seem too good to be true, so too was this. For a variety of reasons, Scott had to buy out his original investor. Since then, Shakedown Bar has thrived as a 198-person music venue with exceptional performers, including the Shakedown Family Band. Scott himself has toured the world with bands like Blues Traveler, Dave Matthews, and Lenny Kravitz. But this father of two girls says his daughters have inspired him to embrace the current pop stars.
It is just T Swift, and it's like I want to be able to just. I asked my daughter, I'm like, you know, because I took them to the Taylor Swift concert this year, and I'm like, "Which song, Harper?" And she goes, "Cruel Summer."
Here he is performing his own rendition of Flowers by Miley Cyrus, another one of his daughter's favorites. Scott says if you love music, Shakedown Bar is the place for après-ski this winter.
What's better than songs you love to sing while you're after ski celebrating, getting a little toasty, right? But, you know, it's about that. It's about interacting. It's about sharing that time. It's about singing along. It's about sharing the experience together, the feel-good stuff, the stuff you know.
And he was so impressed with my tambourine skills that you might even see yours truly on stage soon.
So am I hired to come perform with you? Can I do it?
Done.
Okay.
700.
Or maybe I'll just stick to Vail Vibes. To see the real musicians, check out shakedownbarvail.com for the calendar of events.
Good morning, Vail.
Join us in exploring the everyday lives of community members here in the Vail Valley. Hear their inspiring stories of how they came here, their contributions to our community, and why they chose to call this place home. We want you to be one of our neighbors. If you would like to be featured or nominate someone to be featured, please send an email to danielle@tv8vail.com. We look forward to featuring your story right here on TV8.
At Revival Boutique Med Spa, we take an integrative and holistic approach to skincare, focusing on the bigger picture when treating our clients. We use only result-driven and science-based products that contain clean, organic, wildcrafted, and research-based ingredients. From injectables, facials, to body contouring, we offer anything related to looking your best self. Find us in the Riverwalk in Edwards. For a complete list of services, visit us online at revivalvail.com. Follow us on Instagram at Revival Vail Valley. Fall in love with your skin again. There's lots to love at Revival. Mind, body, beauty.
Did you know that all Eagle County residents and visitors can get a free Eagle Valley Library District card? All you need is a photo ID. You get our online databases and resources, free music, free streaming, all from wherever you have internet access. Free audiobooks and e-audiobooks straight to your phone. Go into your Eagle Valley Library District branch today and get your library card.
8-time Emmy-nominated Animal Rescue is a half-hour television series showcasing the heroic efforts of people helping animals. Join host and award-winning journalist Alex Payne and the animal rescue camera crew as they travel around the world, capturing dramatic rescues, rehabilitation, and relocation stories. For programming schedule, check your local listings today. Don't miss your favorite episodes of Animal Rescue. When people think of world-class destinations, they're drawn to a place that provides opportunities for fine dining, shopping, superior lodging, exciting events, and unparalleled outdoor activities. Park City, Utah, and Vail, Colorado are renowned destinations for travelers and extraordinary homes for residents. Feature your exceptional products and services in these two luxury communities. Advertise with Park City Television and TV8 Vail. Contact us today.
Do you love the outdoor lifestyle? Make sure you tune in every day at 8 p.m. to catch Scoreboard Nation. It's an outdoor lifestyle show dedicated to your 3 favorite mountain towns, Vail, Beaver Creek, Park City, and Reno, Tahoe. Join us for an incredible venture. Find us on TV8 Vail, Park City Television, or at thescoreboardnation.com. We can't wait to see you there.
You're watching K34QB, Vail, Colorado.
Yeah. Welcome back to the second hour of Good Morning Vail. Hopefully you're having a great time. I don't know about you, but I definitely want to travel now. We have Tom Boyd from the Vail Valley Foundation heading in. Love talking to him, as well as more with Avija Vail Vibes at Shakedown Boar. So don't go anywhere, because Good Morning Vail starts right now.
Get up, get ready to start your day. The mountains are calling you out to play. Come on, we'll make you feel right at home. Good morning, Vail. See what lies in store for you. There's so many things to see and do. Summer, winter, spring, or fall. Your home in the Rockies has it all. So get up, get ready to start your day. The coffee's brewing, you're on your way. The fun is waiting outside your door. Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back. Let's take a quick look at today's weather forecast. Again, at 8 a.m. this morning, we're looking at about 46 degrees, moving on to that high of 68 as we move towards the afternoon then. And then 40% chance of afternoon thunderstorms there with winds west 5 to 10 miles an hour. As we take a look at that hourly forecast there, again, this morning, 48 or 46 degrees thereabouts, mostly sunny, with those clouds moving in towards the afternoon, looking at about 63 degrees in the afternoon, moving towards about 64 with those afternoon thunderstorms moving in at around 4 p.m. Still starting to cool off there towards the evening. 8 p.m. we're looking at about 57 degrees, still with some decent storms. Moving into the I-70 corridor over there in Denver, we've got that 15% chance of rain with an 80 as our high. Then over in Vail, 40% chance of thunderstorms, the high of 68. High of 70 in Avon, again with that 40% chance. A 30% chance in Eagle with a high of 72. As we take a look at the overnight forecast there, we've got 44 as our low with a 30% chance of showers, followed by partly cloudy skies overnight. Then as we're taking a look at the rest of the week there, Thursday, we've got about 70% chance of thunderstorms with a high of 61. Friday, we've got a 60% chance with a high of 62. Saturday, partly cloudy with a high of 69. And then on Sunday, we're looking at a high of 70 with partly sunny skies. And then Monday, we're looking at that 30% chance, 20% chance, I should say, of storms with a 70 as our high. Now, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we got a little bit more show for you.
Good morning, Vail.
Nap Harvest, your local marketplace for fresh, locally produced products. Our indoor farmers market is open 7 days a week, featuring locally grown organic produce, prepared meals, honey from our Nap Nectar hive, furniture, cutting boards, and much more. We source and sell locally grown and produced products from the Vail and Roaring Fork Valleys. Visit us at our new location in Eagle Ranch, 717 Sylvan Lake Road, next door to Color Coffee Roasters.
Do you have an interesting hobby or skill you'd like to share for Vail Valley? We want to hear from you. We're looking for people to share their musical, artistic, culinary, woodworking, athletic, or technical talents on Good Morning Vail. If you'd like to share your talents with the community, email Danielle at tvavail.com. Join the community conversation. There's more for you on 92.
America was built on a love for the outdoors. We are a nation of sportsmen, blessed with magnificent natural resources. With broad interests across water and field, we are united in our devotion to nature and conservation. Join us every week for the best shows celebrating the outdoor lifestyle. Outdoor America. Live free.
Did you know that all Eagle County residents and visitors can get a free Eagle Valley Library District card? All you need is a photo ID. You get our online databases and resources, free music, free streaming, all from wherever you have internet access. Free audiobooks and e-audiobooks straight to your phone. Go into your Eagle Valley Library District branch today and get your library card.
Welcome to Street Magic. I'm Elizabeth Stanton with some of the most terrifying stunts, extraordinary extreme escapes, and the most amazing cutting-edge magicians you'll ever see in one show. Get ready to have your mind turned inside out. The hand is definitely quicker than the eye.
It's fake.
Dog Tales is America's premier dog lovers magazine show. This series is all about dogs and the people who love them. Featuring dogs of all sizes, shapes, and breeds, keeping you up to date with all the latest news from the dog world. Sit back and enjoy a fun program for the whole family. Check your local listings and tune in to Dog Tales.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back to Good Morning Vail. We have Adventures in Coaching with Kim Smith. Let's check it out.
Welcome back to the show. We recently just introduced you to a new segment called Adventures in Coaching. And now we've got Kim Smith joining me on the couch yet again. She is a wonderful business and career coach to help you further your progression throughout your career and your life. And now we're going to talk all things purpose because it's something that's super important. Good morning, Kim.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming back. I'm like totally nerding out about everything that you're saying, only because I think it's so important that people learn all of these lessons that you've been giving us.
Yeah, it really is a great way to really move your life forward and to think about, what is your purpose, which is what we're going to be talking about today. It's so foundational to your success.
And so let's talk about the concept of this life and business purpose that we are going to be talking about.
Okay, great. And so like what I was saying, it's so important to have a foundation and to understand what your purpose is, because so many of us walk through life not really knowing like what makes us tick, maybe what is our calling, so to speak. And a lot of times we run into trouble when we don't really know what that is, because all of a sudden maybe you've been working for many years in a career, maybe you're just starting out and you're like, this doesn't feel right, this doesn't really fit. It's something I thought I was supposed to do, but it just doesn't really seem to fit. So when I start working with people, we say, I ask them like, hey, have you ever thought about what your purpose is? And they're like, well, what does that mean? And, it really is taking a look at, what is your reason for being? What is your why, so to speak? And we'll go into a little bit more about, how you develop that.
Now, as we're talking about purpose, everyone thinks about it kind of differently, and it's one of those topics that's so broad and so expansive. And so why is it important for people to find their purpose? That way they can drive themselves forward in their career.
It is so important because it really means that you're digging kind of deep into understanding what makes you tick and what is going to make you happy. And it doesn't mean that, you have a career that is maybe exactly that purpose. It's not so much what you do, it's your why and why are you doing it. And that comes before what you do. Now you can incorporate your purpose into your career. It can be a direct incorporation. Like for me, for example, mine is to help people to reach their potential and their success, right? So I do that full time. But prior to this, I brought that into my career, in my marketing and sales careers, and said, I was with a mindset of like, how can I help people succeed? So it doesn't have to be a direct one-to-one correlation, but it's really clear. Important to be clear on what it is and why you're doing it so that you can use it almost as a guidepost or a North Star, so to speak, when you're making a big decision.
Now, as people are at home listening, because you've definitely got me thinking about what my purpose is, how can they start to find and develop their purpose?
So it's really a combination of values, passions, and strengths. And what I mean by values are not necessarily like your moral values, but what makes you happy? What's important to you? Could it be connecting with people? Could it be achieving things? Risk-taking, adventure, honor, justice, those kinds of things. And I've got a huge list of those things that we go through when you're working with me in terms of defining like what those values are. And it's also important to look at what your passions are. What is it when you're doing it that you forget everything around you? You get lost in what you're doing. And if you can tap into that feeling and bring that into your purpose, think about what it is that you're doing when that happens. That's also a really key point of like determining your purpose. And then of course your strengths, if there's something that you're really good at. Are you good at writing? Are you good at speaking? Are you good at math, science, whatever? What is it that you're good at? You may not even be doing that in your current role right now, but like consider that, because that all kind of goes into the mix of determining what your purpose is.
Which I think is so cool. Even to hear you talk about it, you can see that you are passionate about what you do. Yeah. But we talked about it in the last one where this fills your cup helping other people. So then it brings that aspect of passion into it, which is how you're in the right spot. You found your purpose, not only personally, but when it comes to your career as well. And that's such a unique opportunity and experience for people to sit down, think about it, and have someone guide them through it, because this is something I have personally never thought about.
Yeah. Oh, that's interesting. We'll have to talk about that.
I know. Now I'm going to sit down and have you coach me just so that I can develop my purpose.
And it's those aha moments when somebody, suddenly realizes that like, oh my gosh, I haven't thought of this. Here's an opportunity for me to really define my life and determine what direction I really truly want to go in and what's going to, fit for my passions and my values and my purpose. What is that fit?
And so once you've helped people find their purpose, how do you guys determine if they are living in alignment with their purpose or not?
So that is a great question, and I like to use the analogy of like being in a little boat riding down the river. If you guys can imagine, we do a lot of river sports up here. You're in a boat. You hit the side sometimes, and sometimes you go into a little eddy, and maybe there's some rapids, and occasionally you might get thrown out of that boat. But generally you get back on, you're having fun, and things are going. But when you're not living your purpose, that is when you're in flow, right? But when you're not living your purpose, it probably feels like you're trying to paddle upstream, and you're going up and hard, you're getting more and more tired. And that's how, it works in life. You may experience, burnout in your job, or just like frustration and not feeling like things are fitting. And so that's how I like to use that analogy, just to sort of like do that sanity check. Am I living my purpose or not?
Which I think is something that a lot of people let go by the wayside here, because we do live this like extravagant lifestyle of being outside and doing these recreational sports that we know and we love, and we're soaking up the sunshine, and we're skiing, and we're snowboarding, and we're river rafting, and we're hiking, and we're doing all of these things that help us personally stay sane. But when you transform that into your career, it totally can make a difference, because it can help with your mental health stability, like you said. It can help avoid burnout, and it can lower your stress levels incredibly.
Yes, extremely. And I also think it's really important, because if you have a major decision to make in your life, maybe it's a career change or you're wanting to move, it's a really great way to sort of like measure up, like, is this decision I'm going to make aligned with my purpose? And if it's not, you should really think about, what else you might want to be doing.
Now, as people are listening, because I've been listening this whole time, and they're looking for those specific next steps to start finding their purpose, where do you start?
So the specific next steps are to really think about, again, what are your values and what is it that is making you passionate about something? What do you love doing? And when you're doing it, you're like in that zone, right? You're in the flow. So that's, you can certainly go, there's a lot online about like how to determine your purpose, but I've come up with a methodology that I think breaks it down a lot more simply than what I'm able to find online. And it's confusing. I mean, there's a lot of information out there, from individual purpose to business purpose to mission and vision. And I will talk about mission and vision down the road, but getting clear on your purpose is really important.
And then you said that magic word right there, flow, because once you get your brain to that flow state, and it's easy for you to get up, know what you're doing, be successful in what you're doing, but also not be so overwhelmed that you are experiencing that burnout, your life becomes transformed for the better.
Yes, that's certainly the hope, right? And the reason for doing this is to get people to a place where they're happy and they feel empowered and that they know where they want to go with their lives.
Now, what is one of the biggest benefits people will see as they start to develop their purpose and kind of define it a little bit better?
Really, it is about being clear about where you're going and what you want to do. I mean, it's pretty simple, right? Taking that and what do you feel when you are living on purpose? And then, how do you align it with your life? That's the next step, is to kind of look at, okay, I've got my purpose figured out. How do I incorporate that into my life? And it doesn't have to be, like I said, a one-to-one exact, this is my purpose and therefore I'm going to only do this. But how do you bring it into your life, into your relationships, with your family, your coworkers, your work? It really is an umbrella that goes over everything that you're doing.
Which I think is one of the most fascinating parts for me, just to hear you talk about this, but then know your story of you finding that purpose throughout your career and succeeding very well in this marketing career that you had for so long, but realizing you wanted more and you wanted to bring these two together, and now you have the opportunity to do both. So I have a couple more questions for you, but one of them is, if someone is at home listening to this and they're like, wow, I feel like I could develop so much by having some one-on-one time with Kim, what's the best way for them to get in contact with you, to book you as their coach?
Thank you for asking. You can go to my website, which is adventuresandcoaching.com, or reach me at kim@adventuresandcoaching.com. It's pretty straightforward. Just reach out to me. I'd be happy to talk to you. There's also a little form on my website that tells me a little bit more about you before we talk. And I set up initial calls just to kind of do a little discovery and see if it might be a good fit for both of us.
It is important that you make sure that you guys click well together. Now, we're going to continue to do these sessions where you can not only help us critically think about maybe our purpose or where we want to grow professionally or personally, or just really to define what we think we should be doing. So what are some of the other great topics we're going to be covering?
So we're going to be talking about some women in business issues because I am currently holding a Women in Business series through the Vail Valley Partnership. And that's been really enlightening for me to be able to work with a lot of women in the Valley and talk about, what are the challenges here. So I'll be talking about that, leadership, communication skills. I am going to be doing a segment on business coaching and what that looks like. And so, the topics are endless. And if there's anything that you guys want to hear from me about, please let Maddie know here, and we'll go from there.
Kim, thank you so much for taking the time to chat with me, giving all of us this great information. You've definitely got me critically thinking about where I want to go and what my purpose is.
Right.
And I think that's one of the coolest parts about you taking these next steps with people to just help them grow.
Yeah, thanks so much. It's been fantastic spending time with you, and I love talking about this, and I'm super excited to be part of the Vail Valley and the business community here, and look forward to coming back again soon.
Kim, again, thank you so much for being here. Make sure that you continue to stay tuned as we are going to continue to dive deeper in this Adventures in Coaching, only because it can help you in so many ways grow better than you knew possible. And defining your purpose is one of those very first steps. We're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we've got more of the show, so stay tuned.
Hey, I'm Cece Zach with Good Day Vail, and today I had the chance to sit down with Karen Barker from The Bookworm and Diane Lusbrook, who is an avid reader, to talk about how you become more involved in our community through book clubs. So join us today and learn more about how you can thrive in the mountains.
TV8 Vail is serving the community 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Stop by for Good Morning Vail at 7 a.m. and stay all day for lifestyle favorites such as Good Day Vail, Daily Flash, Suki and Scott, and more. And you're sure to find the adventure you crave with back-to-back episodes of Scoreboard Nation and Outdoor America. Find us all day, every day on Comcast Xfinity Channel 92, on TV8Vail.com, and on all our social media platforms. There's more for you on Channel 92.
It's the fastest half hour in television. Toyota's Race Week takes you inside the high-speed world of NASCAR. Go behind the scenes for a look into the high adrenaline world of motorsports and hear from your favorite drivers as they discuss the drive to a championship. If you love NASCAR, you won't want to miss Toyota's Race Week.
Lion's Head Jewelers Fossil and Mineral Gallery. Located in the heart of Lion's Head Village for over a decade, our 4,000 square foot gallery boasts a one-of-a-kind experience that cannot be found anywhere else in Vail. We carry the most exquisite array of fine jewelry, high-end minerals, and museum-quality fossils. We invite you to come in and explore all the history and beauty that nature has to offer.
Coming up this season on Ready, Set, Renovate, real homeowners tackle really big renos.
Welcome to the ugliest house in the neighborhood.
It's a wild ride from before to after.
If we go to the tile store one more time, only one of us is coming out alive.
Well, I didn't know he was going to do all that.
Between the budget and the timeline, it's makeover madness.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back to Good Morning Vail. It is Batman Day today, and we're joined now by Susan Bonds and Alex Liu of Infinite Rabbit Holes, who have an amazing new game called The Arkham Asylum Files: Panic in Gotham City. Welcome.
Hello.
Hello. Nice to be here.
Well, it's nice to have you guys. So tell me a little bit about this game. I understand it's kind of a combination between a video game and a board game with a lot of different elements there.
So yes, so this is a new type of gameplay. It's being described as a board game, but you actually go beyond the board in the sense that there's a whole overlay of digital content that allows you to be fully immersed. So when we really love the world of Batman. We're huge Batman fans. It's a great, really rich storytelling world. So we wanted to give you, the player, and your friends and family an opportunity to be on the ground level, to really be in the middle of the action, to work with Harley Quinn, who's on the trail of a new mystery. There's a new crime wave, surprisingly, in Gotham City, and you're trying to figure out who's really behind it, what's really going on. As you know, in Gotham, all criminals go through Arkham Asylum. So he gets put into Arkham, and she's his therapist, and she's trying to figure out what's really behind what he's doing. And as we get to learn more about him, we get to do more and more interesting things. For example, we get to go help round up all the animals that were let loose from the Gotham City Zoo. So there's all kinds of things that allow, overlaying digital content on physical elements really allow you to do.
Awesome. Well, it seems like it's going to be just a really incredible opportunity with a lot of different elements in it. How many people can be part of it?
Yeah, so it's
you can do it by yourself, but where the real magic happens is when you bring your friends and family. So, anywhere from 3 to 5 to 6 players can play it. You can cast it on your television. And the way that it works is you get this giant box of physical stuff, right? And so you've got evidence files from Arkham Asylum, from Gotham City Police Department. You actually build a 3D model of Gotham City on your table with your friends. And from there, you download an app and you're actually looking at it in augmented reality, right? So what happens very quickly is that the city grows and there's 3D and there's helicopters flying around and trains going around and police cars, and you're really searching the city. And at one point, you even get to make a life-size Gotham City bank vault show up in your living room, and you walk in and you put it back together so you can move the story forward. It has over 40 minutes of live action and animated content, but really it's that group dynamic that makes it really special. Like, it's a really fun thing for people to play for game night, although it's actually like 10 hours, so it's multiple game nights, or the holidays that are coming up. It's a really fun collaborative experience.
Sounds to me like it's sort of almost like you're taking Dungeons and Dragons the next level and adding that layer of Batman on top of things, but kind of freeing us from that need to make one of our friends run the whole show for us and kind of, hey, buddy, we really love playing with you, but can you do several hours of homework every night in between games?
Well, really to that point, your dungeon master in that case is the Joker. The Joker actually guides you through the whole experience, right? It's hard to describe because it's so new. It's almost like a giant escape room that plays out in your very own home.
It sounds like a really fascinating game. So how do you guys come up with this idea? I understand that you guys both have a pretty extensive background in the creative arts.
Sure. So yeah, we've built theme park attractions, where you bring an experience to life or bring the movie to life and put you you're walking in the footsteps of a character or an aspirational figure. And we wanted to kind of bring that aspect to it. We've also done, huge games, everything from casual games to fully immersive, MMOs. And we wanted to give you agency in the world, but do it in a fun way. This is really more about fun and being able to solve a mystery. And it's something where, when you get a group of people together, there's a lot of what I call the collective intelligence kind of comes into play. So there's an opportunity for everyone in the group to shine. And it's not something that's incredibly difficult. This is meant to be fun and a new type of bringing a story to life, so it's not like you're just watching a TV show, but you're actually making the things happen that move the TV show forward.
Well, and it sounds to me like there's a lot of opportunity there for replayability, that you can either come back and play it again, making different choices, or maybe bring a new group in. But if you are kind of at the limit there with the content, do you guys come out with additions or different episodes?
Yeah, so we have multiple episodes already planned and designed. But one of the cool things is once you have all of the physical elements of the box, we can put new layers onto that. So we do have DLCs, digital content downloads that are planned that add to the game that can give you new experiences with the product that you already own.
And that's kind of the beauty of augmented reality is, the digital content can change and update, and that's really exciting.
Well, and that seems to me like it's really the biggest benefit with this compared to, old school tabletop games or board games or even an escape room, is that ability to always be receiving new content and kind of updating and having everything change so it always stays fresh. Where can people find it? Where can we purchase the game?
So you can find it at infiniterabbitholes.com. But because you mentioned, augmented reality is so new, we wanted to give people an opportunity to play a little bit of the game for free, to kind of get a little bit of a taste of it. So if you go to seetheworldlikeme.com, you can actually take a $1 bill out of your wallet, download a free app called Joker Vision, and it'll actually build Gotham City on your desk or your tabletop, and you can play about a 15-minute segment of the game. And I think that'll really give you a taste of what this experience can be like.
Awesome. Well, it seems like it's a great opportunity, and thank you guys so much for coming on. Susan Bond and Alex Liu of Infinite Rabbit Holes. Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, we will be right back after a short break.
Good morning, Vail.
Nap Harvest, your local marketplace for fresh, locally produced products. Our indoor farmers market is open 7 days a week, featuring locally grown organic produce, prepared meals, honey from our Nap Nectar hive, furniture, cutting boards, and much more. We source and sell locally grown and produced products from the Vail and Roaring Fork Valleys. Visit us at our new location in Eagle Ranch, 717 Sylvan Lake Road, next door to Color Coffee Roasters.
Familia, estamos muy emocionados de por fin presentarles nuestro nuevo programa completamente en español, Conexión Latina, que se estrena este lunes 21 de agosto a partir de las 7 de la tarde. Por el momento, el programa se transmitirá los lunes, miércoles y viernes de 7 a 7 y media de la tarde, con una repetición de 7 y media a 8, así que no hay excusas para perdértelo. Te recuerdo que puedes sintonizar nuestra programación a través del canal 92 de Comcast, nuestra página web tvavail.com y nuestra página de Facebook TVA Conexión Latina. Acompáñanos en esta nueva aventura llena de información y entretenimiento local. No te lo pierdas.
Hello, everyone. I'm Raisa Pascal.
And I'm Andrea Jackson. Welcome to Life, Love, Shopping. Have any personal stories you can share?
Do I? Yes, I do.
So even though you work for...
Some good deals, too good to miss on Flash Deals. Now check this out.
Studies show spending time outdoors can help with depression, lowering blood pressure, and overall health and happiness.
Spooky and Scott show. We are feeling good today. Great show on the way.
Absolutely. Welcome to our show. I'm Suki.
I'm Scott.
And we are feeling good today. You know why? Because we had a great show.
When you're in Vail, you're in vacation mode, and you need a flexible home tour experience that fits into your schedule. We've transformed how you view and buy homes in the Vail Valley. With immersive, cutting-edge technology, you can explore properties 10 times faster. In our lounge, we guide you through this digital world on a 16-foot screen where you can imagine your next home in comparison to your favorite recreational spots. Say goodbye to multi-day home tours and hello to a quick stop between your other plans. That's the power of the immersion theater.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back to the show. Let's take another quick look at today's weather, starting off this morning around 8 a.m. at 46 degrees, moving towards that high of 68 towards the afternoon. Again, with that 40% chance of scattered thunderstorms throughout the day, especially towards the afternoon there. Winds from the west, 5 to 10 miles an hour. And then as we're taking a look at the rest of the day, towards noon, we're looking at 63 degrees with those clouds starting to move in, with that chance of storms moving in around 4 p.m. there with a high of 64. And then around 8 p.m., things are going to be cooling off, but we've still got a pretty good chance of rain. As we're taking a look at that I-70 corridor, we've got 80 down in Denver with a 15% chance, moving up into the mountains to get that 40% chance in Vail and Avon with a high of 68 and 70 respectively. Moving over to Eagle, a little bit warmer with a high of 72 and a 30% chance of rain. Looking at that overnight forecast tonight, we've still got a good chance of some storms and then a high of 44 with those storms moving away towards the later night. Then we've got, looking at the rest of the week there, 70% chance of storms tomorrow with a high of 61, with a 60% chance on Friday, that high of 62, and then partly cloudy on Saturday with a high of 69, and then mostly sunny on Sunday with that high of 70 degrees. And then on Monday, we've got a slight chance of storms with a high of 70 there. Now, we've got Avisha with Vail Vibes heading over to the good stuff to check it out.
From blue skies to mountain highs, this is your guide to all the good vibes here in Vail and beyond. I'm Avisha Scarborough. Welcome to Vail Vibes. Tonight we're coming to you from the Four Eagle Ranch in Wolcott. And an evening like this, I would say, is perfect for a picnic. And as the saying goes, a picnic with friends is like fresh air for the soul. And tonight, we're in for a real treat. I had the pleasure of enjoying a peaceful mountain picnic with good company and good food. All the good stuff I could ask for. And speaking of all the good stuff, Samantha Miller is the owner.
So All the Good Stuff is a farmer's market store and a delivery service located in Edwards. And we source everything from local Colorado producers, vendors, farmers. So when you come into the store, we're your one-stop shop for everything local. And we have everything that you need for a perfect picnic.
This is truly perfect. I can't wait to learn more about each item. Everything here is very unique. It's not stuff that you can find at the grocery store, really.
That is true. So I'll tell you about some of my favorite products that we have here today.
Okay.
First of all, these are floral crackers by Flour Co. All edible flowers. They do such a beautiful job on all of their products. They also make this floral finishing salt. Goes great on a margarita. It also goes great on watermelon. This watermelon, it's called Yellow Doll. It's one of the varieties that our farmers at Austin Family Farms in Paonia, they grow it. And this watermelon is small in size, but bursting in flavor. Over here, we have Mountain Girl Pickles. She's out of Netherlands. Her pickles are amazing, but this corn relish is out of this world. Next, we have Tremol and Tremol Verde. These are by Green Valley Foods, and these are both delicious. So this one has a little bit of spice. This one is very mild, and what's so unique about this one is instead of cilantro, they actually use fresh mint. So if you're somebody who doesn't care for cilantro, this salsa is super delicious and refreshing. You know, on a summer day, this stuff is what you need. Next up, we have Honey Bunchies bars, and if you've never had these, they are so yummy. I compare them to a Snickers bar, but without the chocolate. So they are all honey, some nuts, so you get a nice crunch, and they're ooey gooey delicious. Here we have lavender honey. What is unique about this lavender honey is it's made from bees pollinating lavender plants, and then they infuse a lavender essential oil into the honey. And they go around to each town and collect pollen from each town and infuse it into the honey. So if you're like me and suffer from seasonal allergies, their honey is so helpful for building your immune system to those local pollen. So next I'm gonna talk about some of our favorite jams that we have in this store. This right here is a blackberry serrano. We've got 6 different flavors of Yummy Lotus jam. They are all so delicious. This one is one of my personal favorites, but we've got lots of samples in the store, so come by and try some. Next up, we have La Finca jam. She's out of Steamboat. She's one of our newest vendors in the store, and her jams are delicious. We have Full Stop Bakery sourdough crackers. We have these in 6 different flavors in the store. This one is the OG Parmesan and herb. This is what they look like. And they look like a pita chip, but they're actually really nice, crunchy, and airy on the inside. Two Hot Cowgirls, they make delicious caramel corn. We have this in a few different flavors. This is what it looks like, and it is just bursting with flavor. We've got a few different varieties in the store. This one's my personal favorite. It's a caramel cocoa, and it is delicious. All right, so next up we have the Good Crisp Company. They are out of Boulder, Colorado. They make the best chips. So very similar to Pringles, but better ingredients, locally made, and better for you. Next up, we have On Tap Kitchen Pretzels. We've got the honey mustard. They're really crunchy, perfect snack. We've got the Bamba Jungle Crunch Dark Chocolate. This one is with plantains. It's nice and crunchy, a little bit salty and sweet. Super delicious. Definitely recommend trying the Bamba, and they are a local company out of Denver, and everything they do is super ethical and sustainable, which is why we love working with them. Mukau Color Rouge cheese. I have no idea if I'm saying that right, but it doesn't matter because it is delicious and the cheese speaks for itself.
And lastly, Samantha is making us some delicious cocktails using the Flower Co. finishing salt on the rim.
We're going to add a little Prosecco, because you can't have a picnic without bubbles. And then we've got these gorgeous sugar cubes by the Boozy Botanist. She's out of Denver, and they will turn your drink this gorgeous color, and they give it kind of like a fun, glittery, shimmery effect.
We decided to have our cocktails in the sun to see the full effect of the glittery, shimmery sugar, and she topped them off with some Backyard Bevco cocktail syrup. She says she started her business because she loves farmers markets. In fact, you can see her working at one almost every weekend. She saw an opportunity to bring fresh farmers market produce directly to customers who don't always have the time to browse the markets on weekends. Since it started in 2017, All the Good Stuff has evolved into a direct-to-consumer website, delivery service, and brick-and-mortar shop in Edwards. They also offer a summer and fall community-supported agriculture program where members receive a weekly curated box. She says they're passionate about supporting local businesses because it's all about sustainability, transparency, and peace of mind that comes from knowing where and how our food is grown. And she says the food just tastes amazing. So if you ever find yourself in the mood for dining al fresco or just want some delicious local goodies, well, you know where to go.
Good morning, Vail.
For fun and adventure, join me on Elizabeth Stanton's Great Big World. Find out where I'll be going next and which celebrities I'll be bringing along with me. I'll show you amazing destinations with lots to explore, and you'll get to know my celebrity guests the way they really are, up close and personal. We'll travel the world, experience new cultures, and together, try to make a difference. I'm Elizabeth Stanton, saying the world's a big place, and I'm going to show it to you.
At Revival Boutique Med Spa, we take an integrative and holistic approach to skincare, focusing on the bigger picture when treating our clients. We use only result-driven and science-based products that contain clean, organic, wild-crafted, and research-based ingredients. From injectables, facials, to body contouring, we offer anything related to looking your best self. Find us in the Riverwalk in Edwards. For a complete list of services, visit us online at revivalvail.com. Follow us on Instagram at Revival Vail Valley. Fall in love with your skin again. There's lots to love at Revival. Mind, body, beauty.
Hi there. Are you ready to explore famous neighborhoods from New York City to Kentucky? Watch The Neighborhood with host Nicole Newman. Featuring famous people, unique history, and delicious places to eat and drink. Our viewers get an inside personal look at each neighborhood. With each episode we learn, grow, laugh, and live like a local, not just a visitor. Welcome to The Neighborhood. Check your local program schedule and tune in.
Welcome back to Good Morning Vail. I knew this moment was going to happen. I have my dear friend Tom Boyd from the Vail Valley Foundation sitting right next to me. How are you doing, Tom?
I'm doing well. How are you, Gretchen?
I'm so good. So a little bit of an inside joke between us, just off camera. I used to annoy this man so much. Well, he's so kind. All the media stuff. And now you are here with me on the couch doing your thing, and I'm so excited.
That's right. Well, as I told you that, I was a journalist for many years,
Right.
and I annoyed many of a media specialist in my day too.
So you're like, dang it,
yes.
it's coming back.
Hey, no, I love it. I love all the coverage that you guys give to the Vail Valley Foundation, everything we do. So anytime.
Well, Tom, you are there's so many people, obviously, that go into, I shouldn't say that, the Vail Valley Foundation. However, you are so good at what you do, and we appreciate you so much in this valley. And I have to tell you, this girl loves all things music. I love concerts. I am so excited about the Underground series. And I know it's right around the corner. We were talking Foy Vance coming up.
Yeah, the Underground Sound Series is
Yes.
amazing. What a cool thing that has been going on for a long time at the Vail Performing Arts Center, which is operated by the Vail Valley Foundation. That's why I'm here, and that's why we talk about the Vail Valley Foundation when we talk about the VPAC. But yeah, look, it's autumn, it's fall.
Yeah.
When I was growing up in this town, that meant everybody shuttered their windows and went to Mexico or went on a road trip.
It's so true.
Right? And then as things went on, it's like, this is actually a time where we can serve the locals.
Right.
And let's get a series together where everyone comes up to Beaver Creek, everyone can enjoy a good show. And it is magical. It's a time of discovery. It's new music, maybe that you haven't heard of, or maybe you have. You and I are talking about Foy Vance.
But that even, Foy, I mean, truly, I think I'm one of maybe 2 of my friends that knows of him.
Yeah.
So it's a big, for a lot of other people, I'm like, go, you're going to be so excited. I mean, even his look, he is so dope. Like, he's just a brilliant human with an amazing sound.
Absolutely. And he's got experience with all kinds of acts and artists that you've heard of.
Right.
But he is that guy who's been 1 or 2 layers back in the band.
100%.
And now this is his solo project. He comes forward, and he's one of those guys, I think, 5-6 years from now, people will be like, oh, I saw Foy Vance when he was just at Underground Sound at the Vail Performing Arts Center.
Yeah.
And he may be one of those that comes back and headlines later on. And we've had that happen so many times. So it's a neat way to see those artists before they go and become bigger.
Well, and that's huge. You're right. That's very, very true. And the Valar has such, we talk about this all the time ad nauseum, but it's truth. It has such a beautiful sound to it, and it's so intimate. You feel like you're there with the artist just by, I forget sometimes that people are around me, and of course I dance, I do the whole thing, you know me. He's like, I roll, Gretchen. But you do forget, you get lost in those moments, and you're like, oh my gosh, like a favorite artist of mine is right there in my living room. It almost feels like a gorgeous living room.
Just being in that venue alone is worth the price of admission. And by the way, we are talking about the Underground Sound Series at the Vail Performing Arts Center at Beaver Creek. You can go to valarpac.org for more. But Gretchen, this is an incredibly affordable opportunity to be part of that venue. We are a nonprofit, so but this is not a profit making scheme. Let me just say it that way. But you can get 7 tickets. You get your pass, 7 tickets. That gets you admission, and you get a free drink with it when you come in the door, and it's transferable. So if you and I shared a pass, we could split the costs and then go to the shows that we want to go to and share the tickets. So it is built for roommates, friends, locals. Get your tickets and then come up. You're going to see so many people that you know.
That's what I love.
Have a great time.
Well, and 7 shows and 7 drinks, and I know you can get a cocktail and or non-alcoholic beverage, which I love. $150. That's the price, if not more, of 1 ticket anywhere else. And the Valar, like you're saying, just going there. My parents, I took them to I've taken them many times to the Nutcracker. They both were in awe. They've been around the world. It is stunning. It is gorgeous. It's a moment.
And it all starts this Friday with Mariachi Los Compañeros, which is also how we're starting out the celebration of Hispanic Heritage Month. So that's day 1 of Hispanic Heritage Month.
You guys are tapped in.
And
I like that.
We're so excited if we're doing 2 star shows to start that day. So all the kiddos from the schools are going.
Cool.
And then in the evening, that's just 1 star's performance today. And then in the evening, we're going to kick off Underground Sound with a celebration of Hispanic heritage with Mariachi Los Compañeros. They've been to the venue before. They're amazing.
I'm
They're
excited.
amazing. They have so many people on stage. They're such performers. They sound incredible.
Oh my goodness.
It's
How
a
many
great
performers
show
are
to
there?
start
It
with.
looks like 15.
know,
Oh
and
my
I think-
gosh, that's wild.
It's one of those things you lose track. You
Yeah,
know?
you're like-
There's so many guys up there and gals, and they're a blast. They're so much fun to be a part of. It all starts September 15th. That's the beginning of the Underground Sound
That's right around the corner.
series.
That's here.
And that's right, and it goes on from there. So go to ValarPack.org to see all the different shows. Foy Vance, who we were just talking about, is next. He's on the 21st, and it goes on from there. And every show is its own unique adventure. It's so fun. I can't say enough about how cool and fun this
Well, and that's what I love. You're right. Every single artist and show is so different. So it's not like you're just going and buying 7 shows, 7 drinks, for $150. It's a different experience every single time. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, and it is a journey. And like I said, it all kind of interweaves with the STARS program.
Yes, STARS programming.
So some of these artists also do a STARS performance. Some don't. But STARS is Support the Arts Reaching Students, and that is a program we started the very first year in 1998 of the Valar Performing Arts Center. Excuse me.
No, you're fine.
And from there, the program grew. We said, well, we want to make sure that the young people of Eagle County can come and experience the performing arts, because that is so enriching, right?
And it's what gets you in at an early age. I mean, I know I can speak for myself. That was my first moment. Unfortunately, I wasn't born and raised here. I wasn't lucky enough, but was watching theater. And I was like, I want to do that. I want to feel this moment. So yeah.
That's right, and it allows, it's age-appropriate content. So my kids just happened to go yesterday, through their school. And so the school, the teacher can sign up at valarpack.org/stars, and then the whole classroom goes. This is all free. They all come up. We've given away more than 8,000 free tickets to students in the last year.
That is amazing.
That's kids going multiple times, but I think we're serving between 3,000 and 5,000 individual children.
Wow.
Get to see this. They go up there. And my kids who are in 5th and 6th grade said, Dad, we had so much fun. It was amazing. It was amazing. It was amazing. They were doing this. We were doing that. And that was at the recent show, How to Survive Middle School. But Mariachi Los Comparos is next. And it goes on from there. We have 10 to 13 shows, sometimes up to 20 shows per season, where kids can go up and use the performing arts as that sounding board. Whether you're in 3rd grade and you're going to kind of a fun, jokey show, or maybe as you get up more toward 8th grade and you're going to a play about, interpersonal relationships. But it's all age appropriate. It's all meant to help the young mind explore it, and then the teachers can go back and say, hey, what did we see there?
Because it is a teachable moment, just like you're saying. And I love that you, sorry to shout out your children. I love that you said, you were saying, how was picture day? And they're like, Dad, you didn't even ask. And they were so stoked about. That's a big deal for kids to be that excited to want to tell you the play-by-play. That's
They
pretty
were really into it. They gave me a play-by-play of the entire show. Probably lasted as long as the entire show.
They played it out for you.
And this is what it's about, right? So this is a great example. Theatrics, acrobatics. The guy was a great performer. He was a juggler and was throwing these sticks up in the air and balancing on his nose, and purposely dropping it and laughing and getting the kids involved. But embedded in all that was a message about how to survive middle school. He was talking about the various different challenges that kids are going to face as they go through 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th grade.
I love it.
But, and all done in a way that they can really absorb and kind of understand in the midst of laughing and having fun.
I love it.
Yeah, it's really neat.
Well,
Tom,
it's really
cool.
We appreciate everything that you do, and I love the Valar. It has my heart. I'm a big fan. And just one more time for everyone that is interested, maybe some teachers learning about this programming, as well as the Underground Sound, man. That's my moment. Where should they check this out?
Go to valarpack.org. That's VILARPAC.org, and then go /stars.
Okay.
For the STARS program, and sign up for that. If you're a teacher, there's a couple of shows, but they do sell out fast.
Right.
And then remember, that's all free.
Awesome.
And then Underground Sound, you can get your passes and tickets, and you can get that, to single shows or all the way through the entire series. It's September and October, and it is a total exploration and journey through music and the performing arts. I cannot recommend it more strongly.
Well, we love having you here. I think you should come by more often. He likes to send his people that we love Tom here on Good Morning Vail. Keep it right here. We have more Good Morning Vail to come.
Good morning, Vail.
Becky and Scott Show. We are feeling good today. Great show on the way.
Absolutely. Welcome to our show. I'm Suki.
I'm Scott.
And we are feeling good today. You know why? Because we had a great...
Hi, I'm Ben Belgrad, and I'm the owner of Drinking Vessels here at Bat Country Studios in Minturn. And I've been in the Valley for 7 years. I moved to the Valley because a friend helped me to get my vision off the ground, building my glass studio here, and being so close to snowboarding. So here at the studio, we're acting as a broker for 50 to 100 artists from around the country. We also offer glassblowing classes, and we bring many artists from around the country here to be able to work and create art collaboratively and be so close to skiing and all the activities we have here in the Valley. Here at Drinking Vessels, we specialize in handmade glass drinkware from artists around the country and around the world. Some of these are produced as more of an item you could get in sets and kind of get different color options as time goes on. And some of these are completely one of a kind and really high-end art that's unlike anything people have seen before. While I'm an artist myself here at the studio, I'm representing between 50 and 100 other artists from around the country. And most of these artists are able to spend most of their time working on their art while we help handle their marketing and their sales and the distribution and representation, allowing them more time to focus on their art. That's really my privilege in running this business, is creating that support and providing that platform for this big group of artists that are part of a movement that's very important to me.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back to the show. Let's take one quick look at that weather before we close things out. Starting off around 8 a.m. this morning, we've got about 46 degrees, moving towards that high of 68 towards the afternoon. We've got a solid 40% chance of storms towards the afternoon there, and partly cloudy moving in the morning. Let's take a look at the hourly forecast here. At 8 a.m., like I said, 46 degrees with those clouds starting to move in towards the noon. As we start to get there in the afternoon, 64 degrees is looking like our high, and then we've got those storms starting to roll in. Those storms will stick around until about 8 p.m. there with that 57 degrees as things start to cool off there. Taking a look at the I-70 corridor, down in Denver, we've got that 15% chance of precipitation with a high of 80 degrees. And then in Vail, we've got that 40% chance with a high of 68. And then Avon, high of 70, still with a 40% chance of rain. And then in Eagle, we've got that 30% chance with a high of 72. As we take a look at the overnight forecast there, we're looking at that low of 44 degrees with a 30% chance of rain. And then we've got overnight with a little bit of wind as those clouds start to move out. Taking a look at the rest of the week, we've got storms moving in as we get towards the weekend, but it should be nice and clear for the weekend. So get out there, have a great day, and thank you so much for tuning in to Good Morning Vail.
Good morning, Vail. See what lies in store for you. There's so many things to see and do. Summer, winter, spring, or fall. Your home in the Rockies has it all. So get up, get ready to start your day. The coffee's brewing, you're on your way. The fun is waiting outside your door. Good morning, Vail.
Are you looking for exciting and nutritious recipes to cook at home? Watch Colorful Cooking with Tracy Miller on TV8 Vail. Tracy brings you the best in fresh and healthy foods for the active outdoor lifestyle. Stream online at tv8vail.com or